Hello and welcome back to episode 9 of the Old Timers Tales. Here in this series, the old-timer Jayanta Kumar Nath would introduce you to amazing tales from all across the globe, belonging to diverse genres. All these stories are a part of an anthology, the book titled Contemporary Global Fiction. These stories have been wonderfully compiled and edited by Dr. Susminder Jeet Kaur. The book has been published by Pen Prints India Limited, Kolkata. Today the story we would listen to is Hunger, written by Miss Riya Haith. Riya Haith is a government employee from West Bengal, India. Recently she completed her Masters in English Literature. She lost her parents at a very young age. Her poems and short stories have been published in various Bengali magazines, and she also wrote a novella. Well, if you love these kinds of stories, please press the like button on the screen and subscribe to the channel for more of these tales. So let's start.
Hunger, Riya Haith. Adhalal Chakravarti not only belonged to a well-known Brahmin family, but was also a rich businessman. He was proud of his wealth and always treated with his servants and also his poor neighbors with disrespect and derision. He did not give anything, not even water, to needy people. He took joy from the suffering of others. His pride made him a reckless man. Sudha was his one and only daughter. Sudha was born with a golden spoon in her mouth. Being the only daughter, she had everybody's attention. She got new dresses every day. She did not help her mother with household chores. Adhalal took the best care of her. He gave her the gifts and goodies that she did not need at all. He did not teach her social values of caring and bonding with others. His daughter was very arrogant, like him. Sudha always demanded expensive gifts and exclusive clothes. Sudha did not talk very much, nor did she mix much with her neighbors. As the river rapidly grows to fullness with the coming of the rain, similarly she grew to the fullness of the beauty and youth day by day. She had a beautiful, wide, round face. Her eyes were big and beautiful. Her skin was fair complexion with a subtle rosy glow around it. 10 years slipped away. Adhalal was worried about his daughter's marriage. He was not able to find a worthy bridegroom for his dear daughter. He wanted to see her well married. It was a bright morning in the month of Ashwin. The youthful autumn was everywhere, sending forth its breeze laden with the fragrance of surely flower. The season welcomed the bright blue sky, green fields, and golden harvest. Durga Puja, the greatest festival of Bengal, came along near to the door. The patches of white cloudlets were floating across the clear sky. The Bengalis were in the festive mood. One day, Adhalal sat motionless on a sofa. He was reading newspaper. The morning sun came into the room. He was grateful for his warmth. There were some flowers in the vase on the table. The gardener brought some new flowers to put in their place. The servant of his house came to tell him that a man wanted to see him. Adhalal told him, in an absent way, to bring him in. The man came in. The man clasped both the hands of Adhalal and shaking them gently, said, "Good morning. How are you? Can you recognize me?" Adhalal turned his eyes from the newspaper. He saw that the man was his college friend. His name was Bipin Roy. Bipin was also a rich businessman. He had now come back to his hometown from foreign. He at once made inquiries about his bosom friend. Adhalal welcomed him with eager hospitality and offering him a seat on the sofa. A servant took a glass of water and a plate of sweetmeats. The man ate and drank. Adhalal said, I have only one care at present. Bipin asked, What is that, my friend? Indicating to his daughter, Adhalal said, It is my daughter Sudha. She completed her university studies. But I have not yet been able to find a worthy bridegroom. I want to see my daughter well married. But there is no suitable bridegroom here. Bipin said, My one and only son is a well-educated young man and he has taken a degree of Masters of Business from a renowned university of foreign. He has taken over the management of my property and business. If you will deign to give your daughter to me as my daughter-in-law. Adhalal thought there must have been some mistake and he repeated, You desire to make my daughter your daughter-in-law? Yes, was the reply. In a voice with extreme emotion, Adhalal said, Thanks a lot, friend. You make me free from the tension. Adhalal did not wish to delay. At last, he found a worthy and rich bridegroom for his daughter. Adhalal heaved a soft sigh of relief. A soft smile lingered on his lips. In the month of Agran, a date of his one and only daughter's wedding ceremony was fixed. It was Sunday. The morning was bright. Since early dawn of that day, the wedding pipes had been sounding. Noise and bustle pervaded the house. Adhalal was busy to make arrangements for his daughter Shuda's marriage. The entire house was beautifully decorated with flowers and garlands. In the courtyard, the canopy had to be slung on the bamboo poles. Members from the groom's family brought a big decorated carp, sweetmeats, and other edibles. Shudha wore a yellow sari, along with yellow floral jewelry, and the turmeric paste was applied to her while she sat on a low wooden stool. She bathed in water procured by her mother and other women of the family from the river Ganga. Then Sudha wore the conch shell bangles. These bangles had been dipped in turmeric water. It was a beautiful evening. The gentle south wind was kissing away the weariness of the world. The night blooming flowers filled the air with fragrance. Sudha wore a red Banarasi sari and lots of gold ornaments. She had a gold mangtika on her forehead, near the parting line of the hair, and gold earrings in her ears. She wore a 7-layer necklace and bracelets of gold and a gold vest chain around her waist, and a pair of gold anklets tinkled above her feet. She also wore a beautiful garland which was fabulously decorated with most beautiful white and red flowers. Adhalal slowly entered the bridal chamber. In the bashful face, crowned with wedding coronet and bedecked with sandal paste, Adhalal could hardly recognize his own daughter. Adhalal stood beside the entry gate and he was busy to welcome his rich guests. The entry gate was decorated with flowers and garlands of marigold. Majority of the guests wore traditional clothes. Some also wore western dresses. The assembled guests were busy to sing and dance and make merry. The menu of the wedding ceremony included rice, various vegetarian dishes, and a number of non-vegetarian dishes made of fish. There was a wide range of desserts such as the famous sweetened curd, rasagullas, and other sweetmeats. Suddenly, a little boy entered with the guests. He was so small that nobody could notice him. The boy was 6 or 7, judging by his face. Starved as he was for a long time, a little blood rose on his cheeks. He was an orphan, yet belonged to a good family. But after his parents' death, his relatives had driven away from his house and captured his property. Therefore, they had started ill-treating him. Their careless neglect used to pain the boy. Then he had started keeping away from home. There was no one to give him a shelter, a home and love. The real picture of life had come in front of his eyes. He was forced to live in the dull and depressing world. He begged his food from door to door. Most of the time of the day, he had to remain unfed. He grew up in the outcast colony. There were no drains, no light, no water. The garbage was scattered here, there, and everywhere. It was a world where the day was dark as the night. Hair was black as the raven's wings. He wore dirty and torn clothes. There were some food stalls at the corner of the entrance. The little boy began to feel very hungry, as if rats were running about in his belly searching for food. The hungry boy stared open-eyed, and his mouth watered for the foods. The boy stole some food from a food stall due to hunger and started to run. The gatekeeper noticed the boy and shouted loudly and ordered him to catch the boy. The gatekeeper started chasing the boy. A flutter of excitement traveled through the group of guests, and strange looks of disgust and disapproval were exchanged. The boy was frightened and grew pale. He entered to a narrow lane. There was no sound except the occasional howl of a dog. The boy stumbled and lost his balance. The bowl full of food fell from his hand. The food was scattered in the dust. His whole body trembled with fear. He could not even open his eyes. When he opened his eyes, he saw by the faint light of the crescent moon that the gatekeeper stood in front of him. The man looked ruthless, a deadly pale and livid with anger and rage. A full deep cry rose within his sobs. He was breathless for a moment. He tried to imagine what his parents were. He recalled the images of his own parents. He wanted a comfortable life. The boy heaved a sigh to forget the impossible. The pitiful cries did not seem to have any effect on the man. He had been hardened into cruelty by the love and hunger of money, by the fear of poverty, and by the sense of inferiority that his job as a gatekeeper in Athalal's house gave him. The gatekeeper's eyes were bloodshot. The boy's pulse began to beat fast. No one was there to save him. The gatekeeper seemed prepared for murder as he gnashed his teeth. He caught the boy and started to beat him brutally. The boy was so injured that he could not even move his hands properly, but his little bloody hand always tried to touch the fallen food.